is Monday, January the 11th. I am your host, Casey Phoenix, and this is my daily thought. You know what? I titled this episode The Magic in You, but honestly, I feel like this is just more randomness, more of a random thought. And the magic inside of you, I was thinking about that because there's this song by Diana Ross, and it came out in the 90s. It was off let's see, I'm doing this from memory here. Recall. The Every Day is a New Day CD. I think that's the title of that CD. And the name of the song, which is the first song on there, which is so beautiful, is called He Lives in You. And it's just a beautiful song. And I think about how you have the spirit of the universe in you, whether you want to call it God or what have you. And that gives you power to do things. When you don't feel like going on, you have to dig inside and tap into that energy that's already there, that magic that's already inside of you. And some people don't realize it. I mentioned this before. Some people, they get right to the point of breaking through and then they stop because of whatever reason. They may have been too tired. The burden may have just been too much for them to carry, which is why I always tell people, if you can channel that inner spirit and sync up with God, sync up with the universe, goddess, whatever you want to call it, then it helps. It helps you keep going. It helps you not want to stop. It helps you move forward even when you may have to do it alone, even when people may say things about you that you know are not true, even when you may feel that you don't have all of the resources needed to reach your goal or to accomplish your goal. That's when you have to tap into the magic in you so you don't quit. And that's what I believe in. I've become a huge supporter of not quitting. I've become a huge supporter of not giving up, regardless of the odds, regardless how things look around you. I believe one of the old sayings is, it's always darkest before the dawn, is what they say. And that is something that has a lot of truth to it as well. I mentioned this before when I heard it, when someone else said it, you can't have rainbows without the rain. But in order to find that rainbow, in order to get to that magical thing, you have to find and realize that there is magic in you, is what you have to do. I tell people that it's always easy to quit. Quitting is easy. Anyone can quit at any time. They can just say, you know what, I'm done, and walk away. But it takes a lot of strength and fortitude, which I mentioned before. Go to my episode, Fortitude. It takes a lot of strength and fortitude to keep going. The magic in you can keep that going. Also, when you realize that there is magic in you, when you realize that you have the ability to connect with spirit, that's when you're able to make magical things, miraculous things happen. Believing that there is magic in you, believing in yourself is what you can do. So I just want people to understand what they're capable of. And I'm talking about all individuals. Everyone on this planet has the ability to connect with a higher power, whether it be God. If you're willing to open up your mind, open up your heart, and tap into that energy, miracles can happen. I've seen, not just for myself, but also for other people too, over the years, where it's like how, where they were in one place at one moment, but then later they're in a totally different space, totally different zone, totally different thing. And I mentioned this before, how something can go from 0 to 60 in the snap of a finger, where it seems like everything is going wrong. And while I say that, don't forget Mercury goes into retrograde at the end of this month, which has already started. So make sure you're double checking everything that you do as we go into the Mercury retrograde season. And also, this might be a good time to clean too. But I digress. But when it seems like everything is going wrong, then all of a sudden, all these things start to go right. Things that you didn't necessarily plan, things that you didn't necessarily, it's where, how can I put this? I'm looking for the words here. What are the words? It's where if you've kind of been on autopilot a little bit, living your life, doing the daily things of life, but then over a period of a few days or a few months, all of these things happened based off of things that you had done maybe a year ago, or 2 years ago, or 3 years ago. And it all syncs up at the right moment, like it's a miracle. And part of that is because of the magic in you. You were making things happen, and you may not have even realized it. And belief plays a big role as well. You have to believe that there is magic in you. You have to believe that miracles can happen, because the universe will give you what you believe in. If you don't believe, if you're like, oh, magic in me, please, there's no magic in me. Miracles don't happen. The universe is going to give you that. If you believe that anything is possible, don't be surprised if impossible things happen in your life. If you believe anything's possible, don't be surprised if impossible things, the things that people say are impossible, don't be surprised if they happen in your life. Don't be surprised if you're given the tools and resources to make the impossible possible. Don't be surprised. And the reason all things are possible is because there's magic in you. With that magic, I'm talking about the universe, the power of the universe. Everyone has it. I don't care what your background is. I don't care what you've done. good, bad, or indifferent. I don't care how many people you know. I I don't care what your financial status is. None of that matters. None of it matters. Are you a human being? Check. You got everything. So that's half the battle. Not everything, but that's half the battle. The other half is, do you believe? Do you believe? Do you believe in the magic in you? That's sort of where I'm at, because we all have moments. I've had moments, and I'm talking about recently, where I question certain things, but then the universe is like, I got something for you. And it surprises me. Something happened recently. It was a very pleasant surprise. And it was like, wow, all of that stuff just synced up. And yeah, while doing the things I do in what we call life, the actions put certain wheels in motion. But it just put a smile on my face when I noticed that a number of things synced up at the same time. And that's because the universe did it. That's because I believe in the magic in me. That's because I believe anything is possible. And I'm glad that the universe gave me that moment, because there are days sometimes, like I tell you, for those who have been following my show, I've mentioned it before, and this isn't the woe is me. It's just that I'm for those who haven't been following the show. I had mono in 2020, and mono is not what you want at all. And it did a number on my body. It did a number on my body. And I'm still dealing with some of the after effects. Some days are normal, some days are not. You never get rid of it. So, and word to the wise, never share food with people. Some people think it's just a kissing disease. No, you can also get it from sharing food with people. But my point is that throughout some of my days where I'm just like, oh, how much more? How much more will I be able to take? And then a rainbow happens. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I can go a little bit further. I can go a little bit further. There's magic in me. I can go a little bit further. Anything is possible. You have to have that attitude. You're not like it was said in one of the quotes on the TV show Political Animals, and I'm cutting off most of the quote. The end part of the quote was, you can't get to the next great thing unless you keep going. So that's what I do. I keep going. That's what she said, in more words or less. And I'm recording this to tell you the same thing. Keep going. There's magic in you. I don't know if you believe it. If you don't, I'm telling you. I wouldn't lie to you. I have no reason to lie. I'm telling you what I've seen. I'm telling you what I know. I'm telling you what I believe. There's magic in you. And that magic is the spirit of God, or the spirit of the universe, or the spirit of goddess, or whatever you want to call it. The source, the energy, the main energy. There is a way for you to tap into that. And when you want to give up, when you want to stop going, when you are frustrated that bad thing after bad thing after bad thing happens, just remember There's magic in you. It's in there. You won't realize it if you don't keep going, though. You won't, like I said, you won't see the rainbow if you don't keep going. You won't see the final act, or should I say the end of the story, unless you keep going. You got to keep going. You have to believe in yourself. And that's mostly what I'm saying. I want people to know that, because we all have our tough days where we're kind of like, or weeks or months or years. So is I get it. I get it. And I'm not the only one. And you're not the only one who has had those type of moments where you're asking, why is this happening? Out of all people this had to happen to, why me? As I mentioned before in the show, someone said, why not? You have to be battle tested. But the magic in you, that's going to be something that can carry you through the battles. That's going to be something that can carry you and let you know there's something available for you. One of my favorite quotes with Somewhere Over the Rainbow, when Patti LaBelle sings it, as I mentioned, which I probably mentioned this before, she said, if a teeny weeny bird can fly over the rainbow, then somebody please tell me why. Why can't I? Believe in the impossible. There's magic in you. And that is all I have for my daily thought. Thank you to everyone who's been supporting the show. I'm very mellow right now for a few reasons. I have a lot on my mind today. I really, really do. I have a lot on my mind today. I'm balancing business life, work life, family life, love life, friendship life, and all this other stuff. And it takes a lot sometimes. But I believe anything's possible. And because I believe anything is possible, also health, life as well, because I believe anything is possible, it will all balance out. It's going to have to. The universe will give me the resources, if it hasn't already. Maybe I'm overlooking something. It'll give me the resources needed to make sure I have what's needed to make things work. And it'll do the same for you too. KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. KIRWKC on Twitter, on Instagram. Also, I upload these episodes to IGTV. If you are watching this on YouTube or Dailymotion, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, followed by the notification bell for YouTube. That will let you know when I upload new videos. Swing by Facebook.com/KIRWKC and give a like. That would be awesome. Sharing is caring if you want to share this video. And Yeah, I think that's all I have right now. I'm chill. Just remember there's magic in you. Until next time. Oh, you have to, in for podcasting platforms, this show isn't just on Anchor, it's on Spotify, it's on Apple, it's on Google, it's on iHeartRadio, it's on Pandora. It's on several podcasting platforms. Don't feel like you're restricted to just one because the show is on several. So if you want to listen to it on Pandora, go for it. If you want to listen to it on iHeartRadio, go for it. If you want to listen to it on Apple, go for it. Whatever works best for you. I don't, I honestly, I'm not concerned with how you consume my podcast because whether you consume it by listening to it on any of the platforms mentioned or whether you consume it by watching me, I'm always honored that you're willing to consume the show at all. So, whatever works best for you to consume this show, go for it. Until next time, be blessed.